And welcome, everybody, to Frank Goddard Stadium. It is Pride Night as the Seattle Spartans get set to take on the Oregon Hawks in a WFA matchup right here on STSPN. I'm Perry Williams, along with my broadcast partner, Bob Crawford. Bob, beautiful weather here for football finally here in Everett, and we got done watching the guys play. Grizzlies defeated a team from Spanaway, and now we're ready for the main event, WFA football, as the Spartans get set to take on Oregon Hawks.
Yeah, it was a great day. This is one of the best days we've seen so far this season. Let's hope that the team gets lit up by this heat too and has a good day.
Tell us a little bit about this week's matchup.
Well, the Oregon Hawks are 4-2 this season. Their offense has struggled to score points so far this season, averaging just 12.8 points per game and 229 yards per game. Most of their yards are from their rushing, which is averaging 140 yards per game. Maribel Gomez averaging 3.4 per carry, and a dual threat quarterback. Erica Meacham is averaging 4 yards per rush with 3 touchdowns rushing and 3 touchdowns throwing the ball. The Hawks are averaging 88 yards per game putting the ball in the air. The Hawks defense is giving up 20 points per game.
All right, what about our Seattle Spartan team?
Yeah, obviously, it's been a very tough year for the young Spartans who are looking for their first win of the season. The Spartans on offense have had the most success rushing the football, with 3 running backs getting the carries for the Spartans, led by Nicole Pelham, Mike Fortson, and Olivia Quarles. Britton B. Wilson is a quarterback who has passed for 77 yards so far.
Well, just talking about that, as we were coming in, we saw Mike Fortson taking some snaps out in the warm-up field.
Yes, we did. And we had seen her at the fourth quarter of the last match doing some real good work as a dual threat, both arm and leg. So probably something they're trying to go with more strength there. The defense has struggled so far for the Spartans, whose best game was holding the Tacoma Drama to 18 points. The Oregon Hawks have been giving some big numbers, though, defensively this season, and this might be the Spartans' defense holds tough. The Spartans could get their first win of the season.
All right, Bob, as we do in every broadcast, I'm going to ask you those tough questions. Keys to a Seattle Spartan win.
Well, I think we know that rushing is our forte, right? We need to be able to run the clock out and keep the Hawk off the field, and let's just keep the Spartans running down the field. So we need to see some help from the offensive line and see what Fortson and Pelham can do together.
I think it's another thing that may be an issue is just the number of players suited up for the Seattle Spartans. Their lineup was a little bit sparse. We were told there's some players that are at an event back east and not suited up today. So I think we're looking at about 12 players.
And that'll be tough, especially in this heat. So in some respects, playing a little bit later might be better for them and not have to play in the heat of the day. But with only 12 ladies, that's going to be a lot of two-way playing, and it's going to really bog them down.
Well, we got a chance to see Mike Fortson at quarterback, and what is she going to bring to the table here for the Spartans?
Well, she brought some real good speed in that last match that we haven't been lucky enough to see, and she had a decent arm. I think the running was really the strength of hers, and between her and Pelham, that really kind of a good 1-2 punch, because you just didn't really know if she was going to keep it or if Pelham was going to get it and then go around end and do some of her fancy work.
So just for the Spartans, you expect them to rush. And, again, looking a little bit light, I see 14 players suited up. So heat could be an issue. The teams were supposed to have met a couple of weeks ago, and that game was going to be down in Oregon, and that was a forfeit. Not sure why the forfeit was there, but the Hawks 4-2 on the season, but one of those wins, again, forfeit against this Seattle Spartan, our Seattle Spartan team. So really a 3-2 team. This is a team that has given up more points than they've scored. This could be maybe one on the schedule that Seattle Spartans could get their first win on, huh?
Be nice. It was nice. Once again, it's all about getting some continuity. We saw that in the last match, even though it did not go as well as we had hoped. We were seeing them starting to get some drives down, but then they couldn't get the finish. They couldn't get in the red zone, and that was the end of it. But we need to see some continuity, and hopefully with a rushing attack. We also know, unfortunately, we have a new a new head coach, and we also have a new offensive coordinator, but that's a name we all know, and that's Michelle Walsh from last year, and she started the year as one of the quarterbacks, but unfortunately pretty big injuries took her out of the team play.
We see her. She's got a big knee brace and looks like getting around on a crutch, so she is obviously taking her expertise and adding it to the coaching ranks. So looks like they're going to warm up. We're kind of free-flowing it here on this pregame because of the game prior to. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with the kickoff of tonight's game. You're listening to WFA Seattle Spartan Football right here on STSPN. All right, what do we want to come? And we are back here at Frank Goddard Stadium. The captain's going out for the Seattle Spartans. We have Sarah Cooper and Jennifer Reynolds and number 96, Shane Matson, coming out and going to meet their counterparts at the middle of the field. Now, the WFA Football League, there are teams in Oregon, in our division. There's teams in Oregon and Washington. There is our Seattle Spartans. Also, there's Tacoma Trauma. And it's about a 6-team league. And there are women who are playing professional football. And quality is, not quite up to what you're expected to see for the men, but boy, the passion is there. They love playing football, and they're out here, and they give it their all, and you're going to really enjoy it. We got a game next week. We want to see a whole bunch of fans out there to see the Seattle Spartans in their final home game here at Frank Goddard Stadium next week. So come on out. Great family fun, and it is good football, and we look forward to seeing you there. Bob, playing in this sunshine, a little bit of heat, you mentioned that could be a factor.
Well, I see some wind, so I bet you that the turf has not had the opportunity to heat up yet. But I will say that the sun is going to be a big-time issue. That was the first game we had, obviously, was already into lights by the time we had that at 7. Last time we saw the sun caused the teams a little bit of a problem about the second quarter, but this might be an issue from the first half on tonight.
All right, and let's see, the coin toss is set. And let's see what is going to happen here. And Mike Fortson getting warmed up. See, a dual threat. And I'm kind of surprised that they didn't go to her. I don't think they went to her earlier in the season after that. But she did really well, I thought, in that quarter that we saw her play.
I don't think she was on the team the first game we got to see, unfortunately. I don't know if she had put in the required time or she had had a chance to figure out the playbook yet. But they didn't even put her in. Well, started putting her in the second quarter, but she was sure showing flashes.
All right, we're about ready to kick off. And let's see, I think we're going to have the Seattle Spartans will be receiving first. Miranda Hansen will be back. One of the players back to receive for the Spartans.
Seattle Spartans.
And it looks like it's going to be Fortson on the other side there.
Miranda Hansen.
And Mike, you're right. Mike Fortson.
And number 2.
Mike Fortson, 5'9", out of Wren High School. Miranda Hansen out of Issaquah.
Let's play Spartan football.
And we're ready to go. Hawks, I haven't counted up, but I'm guessing they've got over 20 players suited up here for this ball game. Seattle 14. And injuries will be a key factor here.
Yeah, I see that Holly Armenia is out, and she had quite a few of the possessions in the offense there the last couple of games we've called.
So there we go. Kicking off for the Hawks is going to be Elizabeth Horner. Hawks in the white uniforms. It's going to be a low squib kick. Can be picked up by Hansen at the 23. Gets over the 30, 35, 40. Breaks spin move out of the 45 all the way out to the 46. Good move by Miranda Hansen.
Good use of blocking, too. The blocking was blocking to the right there, and she did a good job of getting to that. And then was able, like you say, get out of that nice spin move, pick up another 5 yards off that move.
I think it's going to be real key for Seattle to get a good drive here right off the bat. And if they could come away with some points, it's just going to really inflate that, inflate their positive energy and maybe get that momentum going their way.
And they're in the sun right now too, so it'd be better if they can find a way when the sun's in their way, to take up some time and not have them be on defense.
Miranda Hansen breaks out wide. Mike Fortson, 2 backs in the backfield under center. Gets a snap. It's going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham on the left-hand side, and she gets maybe about a yard.
Gain of 1 yard.
We mentioned Nikki Pelham. She's had a pretty good year, just steady running the football for the Spartans. And she has really gotten a lot of her yards early. She's really quick and tenacious runner. Also in the backfield for the Spartans will be Brandy Ride, kind of in a fullback spot. Fortson sets up again under center, 2nd down and 9. Gets a snap, is going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham is going to be met in the backfield, and she's going to be tackled for a 3-yard loss.
Number 3 on the tackle there for the.
That's Desi Manti out of Eugene, Oregon.
2nd 11.
Looking
46.
Eugene, Springfield, Salem, Albany, Kaiser.
These are all
Elmira,
mid-Oregon.
yeah, Cottage Grove. I used to live in Cottage Grove, Oregon at one time, years and years ago, back in the 60s when I was just a kid. 3rd down and 11 now for the Spartans. We've yet to see Mike Fortson keep it herself.
Also, we're under center. The previous offensive has been all shotgun.
Fortson, long count, gets a snap, fakes the handoff. She's going to keep it herself, brings around the corner. She's got room to run, gets it over the 50 to the 45, and it's going to be just short of the 1st down, but that's what Mike Fortson brings to this ball club is that running option for the quarterback. She's got some speed. So it'll be 4th and 2, and as we've seen in the WFA,
At the Hawks 45.
it's usually a 4-down territory.
They better watch the clock, though. They took a long time conferring with Michelle Walsh to try to figure out a good play for the Spartans.
So 4th and 2. Miranda Hansen lines up far to the left. And leading right, Flickinger on the right. Now out of kind of a wishbone situation. Out of the shotgun. There's going to be a fumble. Ball kicked around. Fortson looking to get to it. And that's not what you want to see on 4th down.
And recovered the ball.
But it'll be a turnover on downs. So the Hawks are going to take over.
Never happened, unfortunately.
And that may be a reason we've seen a lot of the first 3 plays, quarterback under center. As A lot of practice between the center and the quarterback under the shotgun formation, and
First and 10.
changing
Southern
gears
Oregon
mid-season
at the Spartan 48.
could cause some grief. All right, Sal, the Hawks set up, and it's going to be first down and 10 from the Spartan 48. Elizabeth Meza at quarterback gets a snap. She's going to hand off to 28. That's Maribel Gomez. Gomez mid-right at the line of scrimmage by a bunch of Spartans and brought down.
Janelle Aaliyah, and we saw her have a really good game last time we came. She was right there in the middle of that and probably the first one to get down.
On the tackle.
Jennifer Reynolds also there. Maybe a gain of, we're going to give her a pretty good spot. Gain
Wow.
of 2. Second down and 8. Maribel Gomez, 5'3", 145 pounds. Out of Kaiser. Where's Kaiser at, Bob?
It's a little bit south of Salem, I believe.
All right, second down and 8. 2 wide outs right, 1 left. 1 back in the backfield for Meza. Meza gets a snap. She's going to hand off over to Kennedy. Kennedy trying to turn the corner and bringing her down. What a great tackle. That's Janelle Aaliyah.
Uh-oh. But some laundry on the ground, though.
With the ball on the stop.
Penalty flag right at the 50-yard line. Spotted the foul.
For the Spartans. Penalty flag down.
Looked like she got all jersey.
I'm wondering if
Horse collar.
that's interesting. She had the bottom of her jersey.
Yeah.
She did not have the top of her jersey.
But
Holding.
we'll see that on the replay. So second, well, that's going to make that a first down. Personal foul, 15-yarder, all the way down, moves the ball down to the 34-yard line.
On the Spartans, 15 yards.
So, boy, what was going to be a great defensive play gets turned around there. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. Meza gets a snap, rolls out to her left. She's going to keep it herself, cuts it up into the middle, runs into Brandy Ride, who brings her down after maybe about a 2-yard gain.
Gain of about 3.
So it'll be second down and 7.
Second and 7. At the 32. I have slow motion.
10:57.
Bad call. Good call.
Our replay showed that it did get Leah got all jersey on that.
She got a good tag to fling her down, and I'm sure that's what they saw. They didn't see the actual tackle, unfortunately.
So Mezo sets up second and 7 for the Hawks. Gets a snap, looking to throw, going over the middle, and this one just a little long, incomplete. Good coverage that time by number 9. And it's going to be number 9. I don't have a number 9 on my roster.
Well, that's the old magic number. We have a few of those every game.
Who's number 9? Intended for Missouri. Brittany Burns. Britt Burns.
Brittany Burns.
Coverage was Britt Burns.
So third down and 7.
Third down and 7.
2 wide outs left, 1 to the right. Meza out of the shotgun, gets a snap, looking to throw, going over the middle, and nobody there.
Meza's pass is incomplete.
Incomplete. So big fourth down for the Seattle Spartan defense. Boy, again, they get a stop here.
Well, their numbers have been very true. We saw the fact that the running attack was their best attack in each game that they've played. So far, the passing attack has not worked at all for them, and they have the sun behind them, so it should be good for them. Although maybe the receivers are having a hard time seeing the ball too.
You're right. Turning back just on the horizon, that sun is making those shadows really long. But turning back to look for the ball is going to be tough for the offense. And Meza gets a snap on a 4th and 7, looking to throw, going down the middle. It's going to be complete at the 18, getting over the 15, cutting over the middle, over the 10, the 5, and brought down at the 2-yard line. And that was Brianna Griggs on the catch. Meza put that one right on the money. So it'll be first and goal to go from the 2-yard line.
First and goal at the 3.
Spartans had the opportunity to stop them and get possession back here. Let's see if they can maybe force a turnover. So they line up. Meza. Elizabeth Meza, 5'2", 145 pounds from Kaiser. Gets a snap. Looking to keep herself. No, pitches out to Gomez. Gomez into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon Hawks.
Gomez, touchdown, Oregon Hawks.
Let's see if they go for one or if they're going to go for two.
Well, that same play would be a beauty for your 2-point conversion play right off the bat. She really sucked the defense in there and held on to that as long as she could before she flipped it out.
See on the sideline, Mike Fortson talking to Walsh. Getting coached up on the sideline. Ready for the next offensive series. They're going to kick, and it will be Horner. Snaps there, kick up, and I think it was blocked. So that is kind of a plus for the Seattle Spartans, and it is the Oregon Hawks.
Get a chance to return it back.
And they run it out of the tent, but they'll kick it off. So it is going to be the Oregon Hawks 6 and the Seattle Spartans nothing. This is WFA, Seattle Spartan football on STSPN.
Spartan 0.
And welcome back. It is Pride Night here at Frank Goddard Stadium here at the Seattle Spartans taking on the Oregon Hawks in WFA football. Oregon Hawks take advantage of a Spartan turnover and march it downfield about 43 yards and get the touchdown.
Really on the strength of that one pass, though, their offensive passing had not gone well until that one big, about a 20-yard pass reception got her down to the 2-yard line there.
Yeah, Spartan defense held them to a 4th down and 7 when they made that pass play. Here comes the Horner kick. It's going to be low, and it's going to be picked up by Hansen at the 20. She brings it up to the 25, over the 30, cuts it up inside, breaks the tackle, gets it over the 40 to the 43. So another good return by Miranda Hansen and a
nice block. The last 8 yards there.
All right, Mike Fortson comes out. Mike, 5'9", 165 pounds. I think that we know about her speed running the football. It'll be interesting to see if she puts it in the air at all. I think she's a running back who is converted to quarterback.
Well, Almenia was one of their best receivers, and unfortunately she has been injured for the season. So they don't necessarily have the experience that they had.
Flickinger on the right, Hansen way out to the left. 2 backs in the backfield again. Out of the shotgun is Fortson. High snap. She comes down with it. She's going to keep it herself. Gets a good block. Gets to the 45 to the 46. And, boy, you talk about making lemonade out of lemons that time, huh?
Yes, she did. Good job. She did a wheel around. Probably didn't have a chance. I think they had a nice curl route from Flickinger, but I don't think she had a chance once that ball went over her head. So she was just, as you said, trying to make something out of nothing.
Now that's the advantage of having a quarterback with some speed and some running ability is even a broken play, you can make something out of it. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Seattle Spartans. Ball on their own 46-yard line. Just coming in, it's a 6-0 score. Hansen lines up again on the far left. Flickinger on the right. 1 back in the backfield. Now Fortson under center. Looks to pitch out, and it's a high pitch. Ball loose. But right there to fall on is going to be Nicole Pelham. And that one just a little bit behind Nikki.
Well, that was an interesting play. They were actually using Fortson as a leading block to boot, so she had to flick that around and then try to turn herself back around in time, and I think she was probably turning herself before she'd actually let go of that ball.
So now 3rd and 15. Ball moved back to the 37-yard line. So they'll set up. Again, the shotgun's kind of been an adventure here so far for the Spartans. They'll line up out of the shotgun again. This time only one back in the backfield. Fortson gets, snap goes way over her head. Fortson's going to pick it up. She breaks the tackle, turns it around. Here she comes. She's being chased. Gets up to the 20 to the 25.
Fortson keeping the ball.
And that was purely on the center. That was way high.
Yeah, I don't think Wilt the Stilt could have got that one.
So 4th and tomorrow is what they have left on that one.
4th and very long.
We're going to see a punt for the first time in our
Let's
NWA experience here.
I think we are. And back to is going to be Sarah Cooper.
Sarah Cooper back in punt formation.
Gets the snap and gets the punt off. Low driving punt, takes a Spartan roll all the way to the 42, and Hansen doing a good job chasing down, but bringing it on up is going to be Willie Missouri. Missouri breaks the tackle. She zigs and zags, does a spin, and she may go all the way over the 10, the 5, and touchdown. And that is Willie Lee Missouri. Just 5 foot, 117 pounds. She's hard to corral. She was into traffic doing little spin moves and went way to the right and way to the left, and she probably ran about 70 yards to get the 50 in for the touchdown.
70 yards.
Well, I thought for sure with that extra balance that it was going to set up perfectly for the Spartans, and I believe that was, you said Hansen was right there to take care of it, could not wrap her up, and then that was off to the races for Missouri.
Horno kicking the extra point. Last extra point was blocked. And this one is up, and it is good. So now the score is the Oregon Hawks 13, your Seattle Spartans nothing. This is Seattle Spartans WFA football right here on STSPN. Welcome back. It's Pride Night here at Frank Goddard Stadium as we are watching WFA football. The Oregon Hawks take a quick 13-0 lead, taking advantage of miscue, turnover, and then kickoff return, or a punt return for a touchdown, and it's 13-0 just like that. Spartans need a good long time-consuming drive here, Bob, and put some points on the board to stay in this ball game.
Switched up their running return people.
And it's going to be a low kick, and bringing it up is going to be, is that Hansen? It is. Hansen gets over the 50 all the way to the 45-yard line.
And Hansen takes the kickoff up to the Hawks 45-yard line.
Ashton Nobles had been back there on the
Oregon 45.
back with Fortson, I believe, but never made it back to them.
Well, bright spot. Spartans have had really good returns here and a good field position. Now they need to take advantage of it, move it downfield, and I'm kind of wondering if they're going to work out of the shotgun again, or are they going to put Fortson under the center? Again, the
problem with it is the under center negates her speed.
Yes, it does.
But we obviously don't want the opposite, which is the center snap issues.
And, you know, it looks so easy, but it is not. If you ever tried it, it is it takes a skill. That's why a lot of NFL players have long, lucrative careers being long snappers. First down and 10 for the Seattle Spartans. Fortson standing on her 50, out of the shotgun. 2 wide outs to the right. High snap. She breaks the tackle. Now she's getting pressured. She has 3. Now she turns the corner. No, she does not. She's going to get wrapped up and brought down. And Elise Gutierrez for the Hawks bringing her down. Going to be a loss of about 4, maybe it's 7 yards where they spot it.
Gutierrez on the stop for the Hawks.
Nikki Pelham coming back in.
Had Brandy Ride was back there with Fortson on that last play, but Pelham right back in her usual spot.
2nd down and 17 for the Seattle Spartans.
2nd down at 17, Spartans at their own 48.
Again, you know, a little bit of a high snap there kind of takes away the pace of the play and gives the defense a chance to get in the backfield.
Well, with all the injuries, we don't know if the center had to be shifted out in
Yeah.
just a couple days.
Oh, there's a pitch out, and this one goes to Nikki Pelham and
Nikki Pelham, the ball carrier.
and hits the turf. Nikki doing a good job just staying on top of it.
I'm thinking the sun's affecting them, too, on that pitch out.
Yeah, that's, again, the sun right on the western horizon there. We probably have another 20 minutes, half hour of sunshine, or more than that maybe. And we have a timeout called in the action. Our scores, the Oregon Hawks 13, Seattle Spartans nothing. This is WFA football right here on STSPN.
5-10.
Welcome back. 3rd down and about 20 for the Seattle Spartans. Ball at the 45-yard line. Out of the shotguns, Mike Fortson. She has 2 wideouts left, 2 backs in the backfield. And they get up to Ride. Ride passes up over the middle. And I like that play. Gain of about 5.
It's kind of like a wildcat. Is what it looked like. I think it actually went to Ride. I don't know if it was supposed to go to Ride, but she completed the pass.
Got it right. Sarah Cooper right at the 50. And good for a 5-yard gain. And
about 15 at midfield.
And that one, I think, surprised the defense a little bit. So a good 5 positive yards. Fortunately, need 15 more here. Okay, lining up. Mike Fortson's lining up far to the right now.
Looking like they're setting up for a punt.
And looks like they are. Is that Cooper? It is. She is punting, and wow, good punt. Kicks it over the Oregon Hawks defender, defender, and she touches it. It's a live ball, and getting on it's going to be Mike Fortson at the 8-yard line. Oregon Hawk player ran back to touch it or pick it up, and she probably should just let it go. But once you touch it, and it's a live ball. And now Mike Fortson was right there to jump on it.
Are they saying that the Oregon player may have never actually touched it?
Oh, they're going to say it's going to be Oregon ball. Wow. Our replay analysis says no.
But you know, the refs, they're not coming up here to look at our little box. What's up with that?
So, boy, you know, when it rains and pours, this thing's not going your way. And that was a good punt by Sarah Cooper. And good.
Well, not just Fortson. I don't know if Hansen was also there, too. They had 2 gunners down there, both doing their job, waiting to pounce on that ball. Just didn't get the call they were looking for.
So the Hawks have a full long field to go with here.
Need a good defensive stop here.
Or a turnover. And Elizabeth Meza is one back in the backfield. Out of the shotgun, gets a snap. Going to hand off up the middle
13.
to number 13. That's going to be Erica Meacham.
And as the usual, Janelle Aaliyah, just an incredible tackle. Just takes her out, open field, and knocks her straight down.
Janelle Aaliyah, 5'11", 220 out of Everett. We're calling her name quite a bit here early in this ball game. Second down and about 7 for the Hawks.
Second down and 7 for the Oregon Hawks.
Hawks kind of running those Raven colors almost, it looks like.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
Raven.
Black, how's that black or dark green? They have 2 wide outs left, 2 right. Meza gets a snap, hands off to go. No, excuse me, that's Meacham. Meacham on the right-hand side. And again, on the stop, I see Sarah Cooper tied up to Inks.
Phaedra Keaton.
Phaedra Keaton in there as well, yeah.
On a stop for your Spartans.
So 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5.
Is this 4-down territory if you're the Oregon Hawks?
Gutsy call on that 4th one. You don't want that bad snap into the end zone.
No, you don't.
We'll see.
So So 3rd down and 5. 2 wide outs left, 2 right. Meza. Long count, gets a snap, looking to throw, has got some time. But then she runs into Janelle Aaliyah with the big sack all the way down to the 5-yard line. Oh,
Good job of holding the ground, too. She didn't just try to jump in there too fast. She kept her lane, and Meza tried to go around her. I don't know what she was thinking because, bam, Aaliyah was just all over her.
Janelle, 5'11". She's got pretty good wingspan.
Well, that's got a little bit of height on Mesa,
Yeah.
so it's not like she's going to be able to lob right over her because she's not going to see what she's looking for.
May's only at 5'2", and looks like they are set to punt. Back deep's going to be Hansen.
Back deep is Hansen.
Her snap is there, and the punt is off. And Hansen picks it up, gets it up over the 25, brings it down to the sideline, turns it upfield, gives the 20, and to the 15.
Ooh, late hit.
No. And no flag there.
15-yard line. First down, Spartans.
Nice job by Hansen again. She's had some good special team returns here so far in this early going.
So, yeah, maybe a little momentum swing here. First down and 10 for the Seattle Spartans there. Have the ball at the 16-yard line. And looks like it's Fortson in there calling the play in the huddle.
That quarterback is Fortson.
Two backs in the backfield.
Right, number 80.
And that would be Flickinger. 2 wide outs to the left.
First time we've seen that.
High snap over the quarterback's head. Fortson brings it up. She may have a little bit of room to run. Gets a really good block. Turns it upfield. Gets it over the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle Spartans.
Wow.
Oh,
that was about a 32-yard run for that 16-yard touchdown. Nice job of being able to use her speed to once again make some serious lemonade out of some big lemons.
Just how they drew it up on the playbook, huh?
Let's fake them out with it over the head.
And so the Spartans get on the board here.
That was a good block. I did not see who that.
I did not either, but that was really
sprung
sprung her out, and then Fortson had room to turn on the Jets, and I'm guessing Seattle's going to go for 2 right here. Set up, looks like Ride and Flickinger in the backfield. Fortson in the shotgun. Snap, it goes to Rye, picked up by Fortson, and she's going to get tackled in the backfield. That just didn't look like it was going right at all. So after that, it is going to be the Oregon Hawks 13 and the Seattle Spartans 6. We'll be back. This is WFA football on STSPN.
Welcome to Pride Night 2019.
And welcome back, Frank Goddard Field. Here it is Pride Night as the Seattle Spartans are taking on the Oregon Hawks here in a WFA matchup. And the Hawks marched it, took advantage of good defensive stop, and they score a touchdown. It's 13-6. And Seattle Spartans kicking off. Phaedra Keaton set to kick off and back deep. I'm sure there's going to be number 17 back there who scored the touchdown on the punt return.
Yeah, number 1.
And that would be Brenna Griggs. Going to be short kick. It's going to go to number 16. That is Rebecca Finneran. Finneran brings it up right and then left, and then finally brought down at the 49. Janelle Alea. And she is having an outstanding game playing defense, special teams. So see if the Spartan defense can hold and get a good stop here. Minute 5 left to go in this first period. They might get another touchdown before the half. We have us a ball game. So Misa, Elizabeth Misa. She's from Crestwell, Oregon. Crestwell's out by the coast, isn't it?
I don't know that town.
First down and 10 for Oregon Hawks. Misa gets a snap. Pitches out to the right to Gomez. Ball gets loose. Who's going to come up with it? I think Gomez is there on it.
28.
Yep. And that is Maribel Gomez. That pitch out was just a little bit high, and it's going to be a loss of 2, so second down and 12. Puts the Hawks back in their own territory. Misa gets the play from the sidelines, and she's ready to go. Just one back in the backfield, 2 wide outs, right, 1 left. Long count. Gets a snap. Looking to throw, going over the middle, and good defensive play by Hansen. Trying to pick Griggs, and that pass was on the button, but Hansen was there right there too.
Perfect timing by Hansen. She met that ball right as it got there, a split second late even, and just jarred that ball loose with a good hit.
Third down and 12. And you just kind of can feel maybe that tide of momentum swinging towards the Seattle Spartans. It's been a long season. Or a tough season so far. Third down and 12 for the Hawks. Misa gets a snap. Looking to throw. She has a person there, but it is going to be intercepted.
At number 9.
And that is number 9. Brittany Burns on the interception. Now they're saying ball is going to be dead right where they were. Let's see. We had one official saying, yes, it was intercepted. And Brittany just stole that out of Griggs' hands. It's kind of a 50-50 ball, but Brittany just won that one. So we have a timeout in the action. It's the end of the quarter. So at the end of the first period, it is the Oregon Hawks 13, the Seattle Spartans 6. This is WFA football on Pride Night here on STSPN. Welcome back, Frank Goddard Stadium. It is Pride Night as the Seattle Spartans taking on the Oregon Hawks as we start the second period. It is the Oregon Hawks 13, the Seattle Spartans 6, but Seattle Spartans have a couple of defensive stops and interception, and you just kind of feel maybe that tide's, of momentum going Spartan way, Bob.
Feeling like they can do what they want to do and do it the way they were planning on doing it in practice every day. And so now they're starting to see some fruition there, although we still have a little bit of an issue with that whole center snap situation.
All right, and there it is to Fortson. Fortson getting up and getting a pass, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it out there to Sarah Cooper, and
Cooper ended up having to do a little bit of defensive back action there, but at least kept it away from the Hawks.
And, looked... She had to get in there and just knock it to the ground. She wasn't going to catch it. She made sure nobody else was. So it'll be second down and 10. And again, your Seattle Spartans in the green and black uniforms. And now Fortson under center, two backs in the backfield, I formation. Little pitch out to Flickinger. Flickinger bringing it on the right-hand side, trying to turn the corner. Good defensive play that time by the Hawks. They stretched it out. Flickinger trying to turn the corner, but just ran into a speedy Rosie Macias. So loss of a yard, third down and 11.
30-11 at the 31.
So third and 11. I think we've seen more punts in this game than we have all season, Bob, in the first three.
Yes, we have.
We've seen each team is, we've had two from Seattle and one from Oregon. We don't want to see another. Third down and 11. Fortson gets a snap, looking to roll out to her right. Breaks a tackle. She's going to turn on the speed, turn up the jets. She turns it upfield, and she gets horse-collared, tackled out of bounds.
Everybody kind of slowed down there for a second. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Like they thought the play was dead for some reason. But not Fortson.
No, I was going to say, that's just the invitation for her to turn on the jets there. And she did, and again, really making something out of a broken play. She now, it's now fourth down and 7 yards. Ball at the 36-yard line of Seattle. Coming in, Lindsey Rogers. Going out, Linda Folkers. So 2 wide outs to the right, 2 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. It's going to be a low snap, and Seattle's going to punt. And it's going to be a squib kick, but fumbled and fell on. I thought maybe they're going to go for it, but no, they're punting. And I think that's philosophy of new head coach for the Seattle Spartans. And
For the Hawks.
Rhodey, Coach Rhodey.
so Seattle punts, and the Oregon Hawks will take over. First down and 10 from the Seattle 43-yard line.
You know, with the sun on their back, though, and you're kicking into their face, that's open
Yeah.
invitation for yet another punt return pickup.
Well, taking a long time for Oregon to get set up on the play. Now they wait. Now they got to get a football in there. That's what's holding things up. Kind of key to this game, Bob. You got to have one of those on the field all times.
You know, that whole kicking ball versus regular ball thing.
Yeah. First down and 10 for the Hawks. Miza. Elizabeth Miza gets a snap. It's going to hand off to Meacham. Meacham is going to be met and tackled right at the 45-yard line, and on the stop, Brandy Ride.
Brandy Ride on the stop for your Spartans.
Excuse me, was that Meacham or was that Gomez? That was Gomez on the carry. Maribel Gomez. Gain of 3, second down and 7.
Second and 7 at the Spartan 40.
This was Meza. I mean, call her Miza. Meza, I should say. Miza? Miza works. I'll go with Miza. I'll go with the flow. 2 wideouts left, 2 to the right. Miza out of the shotgun. Has Gomez on her left. Gets a snap. Is going to keep it herself, and she's got room to run, but they're throwing flags all over the place. And this is usually a procedure call, and that's exactly what it is.
5-yard false start penalty on the Hawks. Brings it back to the 45.
It's a nice little play. Mizu had a really nice little pullback on that pass off.
And you driven a truck through the hole that she was going through, but unfortunately,
although Britt Burns was ready for her. She was ready for her, but didn't have to unload as the refs were blowing their whistles away.
Misa looked a little gimpy there. She's going to the huddle. So they'll set up second down and 11 now. Gomez on Misa's left shoulder. Gets a snap, hands off Gomez. Gomez up the middle, and no going. She runs in to number 43, Brandy Ride. He wraps her up and puts her down. Third down and 11.
Oh, they're going to give her 1 on that, but still negative yardage so far for the first 3 attempts here.
Been impressed so far, Bob, with the Spartan defense. There's that one big fourth down play. It was the biggest play that Oregon has had in this first half.
And that penalty, that horse collar penalty, was really the biggest play for them.
Other than that, this defense has played well, come up with an interception. Let's see if they can get a stop here. Third down and a short 11. Going out wide is Willie, Missouri. Musa is going to hand off to Meacham. Meacham on the right-hand side, and she gets about 4 to 5 yards to the 40-yard line, and that's as far as she goes.
On the stop is number 55,
Erica Meacham, 5'11", 230 pounds. She gets a head of steam going. She's hard to bring down. Now 4th and 6. So we've seen punts, and are they going to go for it here, or are they going to punt it away, Bob?
I don't know. They're looking to see what the coach is going to say. They're all sitting there waiting for the play. Comes Misa back in again.
Misa putting on some speed just to get from the sideline to the huddle. They set up. Let's see. It's taking a little bit of time. I'm watching the back judge here if they can get this one and done or off in time. 4th down and 5. They're going to go for it. Player in motion. They're going to pitch off over to Missouri. Missouri on the right-hand side. She's got room to run. She gets the first down and then some. And she's chased down by Hanson, who brings her out of bounds. And, boy, you could just see that play developing as Willie Missouri from her wide out spot coming in, a little sweep and jet sweep.
Not quite a jet sweep because it was actually they flicked it to her forward of her. She just ran right into it and then was able to keep that burst of speed going. But, boy, she's got some speed. We saw that on the punt return. But she's got some speed.
A little gimpy she's getting up as well. It's not very big, only 5 foot, 117 pounds, and she's coming off the field. So big first down for the Hawks. First down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Spartans need a stop here or a turnover. Means it gets a snap, looking to throw, looking to go into the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Just over the head of Seattle's Spartan. They got a number 77.
That's Stephanie
Mills. And then it just kind of bounced in between two Hawks who couldn't come up with the handle of it. But Mills almost had interception. And so a little garbage there blowing off on the across the field. Little wind. So 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Miza gets a snap. Going to hand off up the middle to number 7, which is Kennedy. Kennedy is wrapped up at about the 10-yard line. On the stop for the Spartans, Jennifer Reynolds.
On the stop for the Spartans.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7.
3rd and 7 around the 11.
Miza coming in from the sideline with the play.
This league really makes their quarterbacks run, I tell you.
Yeah. Guess we're a little bit of ways from the radio headsets in the helmet. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Kennedy lone back in the backfield. Miza gets a snap, pitches out to Kennedy. Kennedy is runs right into Byrne as a fumble. And let's see who's going to come up with it. I don't know.
Should be our ball.
Got a happy Spartan, but that doesn't mean, or maybe she's sad that she didn't get the pickup.
And they're going to say Hawk ball. But, boy, again, a good defensive play that time by Brittany Burns.
And then who came in and almost had it on the flip? Someone was right there for the flip.
Didn't see that number. So 4th down and make it a long 7. That's the same as a short 8, Bob. 7:40 left to go in this first half. 13-6 our score. And we're going to have a timeout. I knew they were going to do that. So we are going to take a break as well. Again, Hawks lead at 13-6 over our Seattle Spartans. You're listening to WFA Football. It's Pride Night here on STSPN. Welcome back. It's going to be 4th down and 7 from about the 11-yard line for the Oregon Hawks. They're at the Seattle 11-yard line. Miza sets up, looking to throw, looking to go on the right-hand side. It's going to be incomplete. And that throw a little bit off, but I think had that been on target, I think it would have been a pick 6 there, Bob.
Yeah, and I was kind of wondering also, was that far enough forward? Was that, I assume it was a forward pass, but that was mighty close to not being
that's something
a
to talk
lateral.
about. We've seen that a couple of times this season, those passes that if they're not forward, they become a lateral, and it's a live ball if it hits the turf. So big stop that time for the Seattle Spartan defense. Let's see if the offense can take this and move it downfield. They've got a long field to go, about 90, making 89 yards to go. And they've got 7:40 left to go in this first half.
Well, let's use all those up and end up with a touchdown at the end of it.
That sounds like a plan to me. Fortson sets up with Ryan, and I think Nikki Pelham in the backfield. Running back on either side of her. High snap here would be disastrous, though. Let's see. It's going to be there right to Fortson. Fortson, she's going to bring it around the right-hand side. She's turned in the corner. A little stiff arm gets over the 20. 25, cuts it up inside, and she's going to get gang tackled. And the referees...
She hopped that last 4 yards on one leg, is able to get herself 3 or 4 more yards.
And, boy, they had her momentum stopped. I'm kind of shocked the referees didn't blow the whistle and say she was down because she took a couple extra knocks there holding on to it. So big gain that time by Mike Fortson, who at quarterback just adds a whole other dimension to the offense. She's kind of sneaky fast, too. Sneaky quick. She doesn't look like she's just a burner, but, boy, all of a sudden you see her leaving people behind, and she kind of glides as she runs. First down at 10 for the Spartans. Ball at the 29-yard line. In the backfield is Brandy Ride. High snap, Fortson looking to throw, looking to go over the middle. It's going to be complete to Cooper at the 39-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down.
They've been trying to hit that play a couple times now, and that one really hit it well now. She could have just gone upfield a little bit. Had that defender right in her hip pocket, though, so not a lot of room to get away from.
So first down, they give her the first down. And, boy, you got to look at Mike Fortson can start connecting a couple passes. That is just going to put the defense back on their heels because they can't just be planning on her to run it. First down at 10 for the Spartans. 2 wide outs right, 2 left. Long count for Spartan. For Fortson. She's looking to throw, looking to go over the middle to Cooper, and this time it's going to be incomplete, but it's going to be pass interference, I believe. And Elise Gutierrez is getting there over the shoulder of Cooper. Pass was kind of a light one, but got where it needed to go, and the defense right there just a little bit too eager.
Spot of ball foul. Or they're going to give her automatic first down.
And that's a Spartan first down.
So it will be a Seattle Spartan first down.
At the 49.
First and 10 from the 49-yard line. This drive started from the 11. 2 wide outs to the right, 2 to the left. Ride lone back in the backfield. She goes from right to left. Long count. Here's a snap. High snap. Fortson looking to throw. Going over the middle to Cooper and almost intercepted. The pass a little bit wide, and Willity, Missouri, right there, and is in and out of her hands. And, boy, you don't want, if anybody you don't want to intercept it is Miss Missouri because she has got burners in the half there.
I think that was a sun stop there for us, thankfully. You can see she couldn't even see it. It hit her actually right in the numbers, but she couldn't see it, that it was coming right at her.
Getting this field's situated, so it's an east to west field. I think most of the fields out here in our area are all north and south, but this one east to west. So 3 wide outs to the right. Fortson, long count. Gets a snap. This one goes behind her. Fortson picks this one up, breaks a tackle. She's got a lot of room to get back to the line of scrimmage, and she does over the 50, but there's going to be a flag in the backfield, and that usually is a block in the back.
Well, there was a debatable one here right about the 35, but they threw the flag farther up the field.
And that penalty will bring it back. Are they going to bring it back from where she ended up? She ended up about the 50 or 49 of Oregon.
Spot of the foul where the flag was thrown is where they move it back.
That's what it looks like. So it will be, that just made what was going to be a third down or maybe 9. Now second down and about, 25?
Second down and 25 at the 35.
For the Seattle Spartans, what turned out to be, it was a pretty good drive here.
Well, they're going to have 2 plays, possibly 3.
Fortson under center, I formation this time. The Spartans set up in. Long count. She's going to get a snap, and she's going to keep it. And the Oregon Hawks come in on a blitz, and they get in the backfield in a hurry. On the blitz coming in was Elizabeth Horner from the outside. And you could just see that one happening. Nobody picked her up. And
well, right now, I think when they see her under center like that, they know just to come in, pinch those outsides, and send someone up the middle, and they've got her boxed in.
Kind of wonder if you can run up the middle. So what was a pretty good drive with high water mark getting to the 49-yard line is now at the 32. Third down. And a bunch here for the Spartans. They need to get to the Oregon 41-yard line. They might be playing for field position right here, and it's going to take too much time. So delay a game penalty.
5-yard deep.
And
Game penalty on the Spartans.
boy, when it rains, it pours. Is that a big bird's nest on top of the light pole? Do you see that?
Yeah, eagle.
Third down and a bunch. I have been here, for years, but I haven't noticed that. So wide outs to the right, and Spartans look they're going to punt, and they're going for it. They give it off to Fortson. Fortson zigging and zagging, and she's going to get tackled in the backfield. Finally, they blow a whistle.
Fortson keeping the ball.
And brings the ball down to the 20-yard line. The only reason I brought my attention to that bird's nest, I saw what looked like an eagle or seagull flying around and then landing on it. Guess that ADT starting to kick in here, man. You get distracted. Fourth down and forever for the Seattle Spartans. They're going to have to punt. 3:48 left to go in this first half.
Wind to their backs, though.
Kick is off, and it is going to be bouncing out the 50-yard line, going to be picked up by Missouri. Missouri bringing it on the sideline and then knocked out of bounds, but there is a flag right at the Spartan 47-yard line, and let's wait to see what it is. But if I had to guess, I would say illegal block in the back.
Yeah, Pillen was right there in position for that tackle, and then she just got pushed, and I was like, where's the flag? And there was the ref right there to say, no problem, we'll get you covered.
Block in the back on the Hawks.
And so we're going to put the Spartan defense back on the field. But put Oregon out there. They're going to have a little bit longer, farther to go than was originally thought. I would be skeptical of your punting is keep it away from Miss Missouri. She is just she's just got afterburners there in her cleats. So ball will be at the 43, first down and 10 for the Oregon Hawks. 3:30 left to go in this first half. You are watching WFA Seattle Spartan football on Pride Night here for Frank Goddard Stadium. Misa sets up 2-3 wide outs to the left. Spartans need a turnover right here. Misa gets a snap. There's a pitch out to Gomez. Gomez, mid-right in the backfield. Oh, and that is again Janelle Aliyah. And she's in the backfield, and Miss Gomez just had nowhere to go.
Nice job by Janelle. A good thing, too. The Mesa didn't see there was a wide open wide receiver uncovered over on the left-hand side. Now, they obviously weren't playing on that play, but 3 receivers and only 2 defenders over there.
So now it'll be second down and 14 for the Hawks. 2:50 left to go. And, we're going to have a timeout, so we are going to take a break. Oregon Hawks 13, Seattle Spartans 6. This is WFA football, a Pride Night here from Frank Goddard Stadium right here. And welcome back. We are here at Frank Goddard Stadium. Now the stadium announcer draws everybody's attention to the eagle up on the nest. I wonder if they're going to charge that bird for having one of the best seats in the house. Second down and 14 here for the Oregon Hawks. Misa sets up 3 wide outs left, 1 right. Gomez, lone back in the backfield, gets a snap, looking to throw is Misa, looking to go downfield, and almost picked off. Mike Fortson coming in, and that was going to be a pick 6 if she'd have held on to that one. That one, Fortson had plenty of time to come in on it too, didn't he, Bob? Didn't she?
Yes. She was playing a free safety on this side over here. She made all the way over and just got the hand on him, but could not quite drop it back in. But, wow, what a play.
3rd and 14, 2:46 left to go in this first half. There's enough time if you can get a stop here to get one more possession in and maybe get an opportunity to tie this football game up.
3rd down and 14 at the 38.
Gomez will line up on the left-hand side of Misa. 2 wide outs left, 2 to the right. Misa, dual threat. She can run and throw. And we got a penalty, and I think we're going to have timeout by Oregon. I think they were going to have too much time, huh?
Just barely got that in.
So we'll take another break. It is the Oregon Hawks 13, Seattle Spartans 6. Pride Night for Frank Goddard Stadium. It's WFA football on STSPN. Welcome back, Frank Goddard Stadium here. It is a 13-6 ball game. 2:46 left to go in the first half. And it's 3rd down and 14. Big 3rd down now for the Seattle Spartans. Bob, they need to stop.
Yeah, they do, and they've had the Oregon Hawks have had to take 2 timeouts in these last 2 plays to try to figure something out.
They get the snap. They're going to pitch off to Missouri, and this time she cuts it up in the middle, and they blow the play dead, and then she runs in.
Missouri, the ball carrier.
She runs into number 77.
That's Stephanie Mills.
And Stephanie, if there was any doubt that she was down, she put her down. But they're going to say she was met right at the line of scrimmage.
Ran into Sarah Mills.
So 3rd down, and we're making 4th down now and 14.
4th down and 14.
And
38.
we have seen what earlier in the season we've seen a lot of the teams here in the WFA have gone for it, 4th down, and today we've seen more punts today than we have in the first 3 games combined.
Well, they got the quarterback bringing the play in. We don't know that not one of them is not. I can't remember who their punter is. If it's Meacham,
Horner, I believe.
The 38-yard line.
well, they appear to be going for it.
They are. Misa with the Gomez in the backfield. 4th and 14. Big defensive stand here for the Spartans. There's a snap to Misa. They're going to hand off to Gomez. Gomez is going to get tied up. And right there is Brandy Ride saying, no, you are not going anywhere.
Nice job from her linebacker position. Just burst right through the hole and took care of that open field tackle. Really nicely done.
So a big turnover on downs for the Seattle Spartans. Minute 25 left to go in this first half. And we've seen Mike Fortson throw it over the middle to Cooper a couple of times. And we've seen Mike Fortson run on some broken plays, making some big yards. She's got great speed. Now there's a snap. Looks like runner might have gone. Fortson going on the right-hand side, cuts it up, and she's going to be chased down and tackled for about a 2-yard loss. I think no flag on the field. Looked like Hansen might have started taking off a little bit early, but referees didn't see it.
3 people on the right-hand side really had some openings there, but those when you get that ball over your head, you lose any of that timing that they might need to have for those particular plays.
2nd down and 12 for the Seattle Spartans. Clock running down, 47 seconds.
Timeout, Spartans.
Seattle Spartans will call a timeout here, and we'll keep it here for conversation's sake. You're the Seattle Spartans, and boy, the offense really is been Mike Fortson. And again, maybe not the set plays, but the broken plays have been what she's really excelled in, as we've said, making lemonade out of lemons.
Well, I still say, though, that little curl to Cooper is opening up something on the backside over there, and they haven't done that. Now, if they have a play for that, I don't know. That's with Cooper keep on sucking in the safety. Whoever's on that far side, be it Hansen or Flickinger, they've got to be wide open waiting for something. But we just not had that timing play where the opportunity from center snap has been positive.
Yeah, and that really, if it makes it a little exciting for the quarterback if you have to reach up for that ball and takes the timing out of the play. So they're on the far hash mark, 47 seconds. 2 wide outs right, 1, 2 to the left. And snap is there, high snap. Brandy Wright in the backfield looking to throw and looking to find Hansen. And boy, right there was Missouri on the defense. Hansen thinks she should have had that. But I was almost wondering if it was pass interference.
That's what I was wondering. It seemed like the defender was right below, but she didn't seem to be complaining about that. She was just feeling like she should have caught it.
That stopped the clock. It's only 42 seconds left to go. Got a good football game going on here at Frank Goddard Stadium. Pride night. Good crowd. 3rd down and 12. Ball at the Oregon 40-yard line. Out of the shotgun this time is Mike Fortson. Mike gets a snap, rolls out to the right, looking to throw, looking to go downfield. Has a person there trying to find, and there's going to be a penalty. Should be a penalty.
Oh, my gosh. She was
just
being held the whole way down.
That was Britt Burns.
Britt Burns. Pass incomplete.
And she was trying to cut it inside, but she was just getting mugged. Wow.
Southern Oregon 40.
And so 3rd down and 12 and 35 seconds left to go on the clock. And that was a pretty good throw. I think it was in the right spot. Burns just couldn't get there because of the defense.
Yeah, couldn't move her arms.
So 4th down.
4th and 12.
2 wide outs left, 2 right. Brandy Ride on Fortson's left shoulder. Fortson looking to throw. No, she's going to bring it downfield. She cuts it out on the left-hand side, makes a tackle, gets a good block. She's got the 1st down, and she gets down to the 23-yard line.
Flickinger with a good block to pick up those last 5 yards they needed and giving the chance for Fortson to get the extra 4 for a 16-yard run.
And the Seattle Spartans are going to call a timeout with 24 seconds left in the first half. It is a 13-6 ball game. We'll take a quick break. This is WFA football on STSPN. Welcome back. Pride night here at Frank Goddard Stadium. 24 seconds left to go in the half. Spartans looking to tie it up here. They have the ball 1st down and 10 from the Oregon 23-yard line. They only have 24 seconds left, and I don't think any more timeouts. 2 wide outs left, 2 to the right. Brandy Ride in the backfield with Mike Fortson, the quarterback. Fortson gets a snap. Good snap. Rolls out to her right. She's going to turn the corner. She's got room. She gets over the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Seattle Spartans.
Nice little cutback there right about the 12-yard line. She was angling out, cut back inside there a little bit inside those numbers with that quick move of hers. Once again, as you said before, you know, she's kind of a glider, and then all of a sudden she has that little burst and just blows right by you.
So do you go for a 2-point conversion here and take the lead? 13-12 right now.
Well, we have yet to see someone kick an extra point for us yet, so we don't know that we have a kicker. So let's see. They're going to set up, and we don't know what they're going to do here. But 2 points would give them a 1-point lead with 14 seconds left to go in the half. And kick the 1-point conversion, and it's all tied. They're going to go for 2. Brandy Ride and Flickinger in the backfield, I believe. No, Nikki Pelham. They're going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham up the middle. And she's got the 2. Seattle Spartans lead this one 14-13. We'll come back. Final 14 seconds of the first half. This is Seattle Spartan WFA football here on STSPN. And that was a nice drive with just a little over 2 minutes. They marched it downfield, and it really started by the defensive stop before that, Bob. And they got the ball, and they did what they needed to do. Mike Fortson, she is a talent. Well, the biggest play obviously was that 4th and 12, and she gets 16 on a really nice block by Flickinger. But she had made all the moves to get herself down to the point where she got the block from Flickinger. Nice job there. But once again, she's just so smooth that she just kind of glides by everybody.
Phaedra Keaton will be kicking it off.
Wind at her back.
And again, that sun, that could be a little challenging for any player receiving on this end.
And it still could be a problem in the third period here,
Yeah.
it looks like.
Cathedral Bar in downtown Ann Arbor for your Spartans after party.
Phaedra sets it up. We've got 14 seconds left.
Phaedra Keaton will kick.
Time for an onside?
Yeah, sure. Why not? And a little squib kick, and it does touch a Oregon Hawk. Ball is going to be finally handled and brought down at the 45. I think that was the right idea. It was not necessarily an onside, but a little squib kick, and bounced off a Hawk and up in the air and into the hands of a Hawk, but that could have been, and Phaedra Keaton making the tackle and kicker making the tackle. That's always like to see that. So the Hawks have it first down and 10 with 11 seconds left to go in this first half. 14-13 our score.
Yeah, that's the way it was all year.
2 wide outs right, 2 left.
Let's keep an eye on Missouri.
Yeah. Number 17, she's lined up on the far left side. Misa gets the snap's going to hand off to Gomez. Gomez goes up the middle. And right there to bring her down, Britt Burns. And that is going to do it for the half. So, Bob, before we take a break, quick thoughts on this first half.
Well, we're getting some continuity we talked about. Good defense. That's something we really haven't seen prior to this, is some defensive stops and making some punts. That, like you say, I think we've seen more punts in this first half than we have all season long, possibly in that first quarter, I guess. But continuity and some good defense.
And then the offense, Mike Fortson, just doing a lot there on offense, running and throwing the football from the quarterback position. And the Seattle Spartans lead it by 1, 14-13. It's Pride Night for Frank Goddard Stadium here, and it's WFA football. Spartans leading the Hawks again 14-13 right here on STSPN. Welcome back, Frank Goddard Stadium. It is Pride Night. We come to the second half. The Seattle Spartans lead this one 14-13 over the Oregon Hawks. And this has been a good football game, Bob. And Seattle really taking advantage of good defense and any opportunity on offense, they've put it in the end zone.
Yeah, you know, we talk about continuity for us on offense, and they just have not given the Hawks any type of chance to really get a good running game going. We've seen where they have the opportunity for it, but then the next moment you'll see 2 defensive stops in a row where they'll have lost some yardage on the runs and just a really good job of stifling their play calling right now.
And, you know, you look at a couple of questionable calls, a turnover that we thought we had didn't go our way. This game could even be even more tilted in Seattle's favor. But Seattle kicking off. Phaedra Keaton set to kick off here to start the second half. And there's the kickoff. And it's going to go to Willie Missouri. Missouri brings it out the right-hand side and the left-hand side. Mike Fortson finally corrals her. And 2 very speedy players finally collide. And Fortson tracking her down. Willie Lee, Missouri. That's how I guess how to say her name. But for Oregon, Willie Lee out of Salem. So first down and 10 for the Hawks. Their quarterback is number 5, Lisbeth Miza, 5'2", 245 pounds, out of Cresswell. And I believe it's Gomez in the backfield with her. Miza out of the shotgun. Gets a snap. It's going to keep it herself. And not going anywhere on the stop is Brandy Ride. Are they going to call that horse catch? She had the back of the jersey, it looked like to me.
Maybe they're not allowed to do that because this is the second time in a row where they've had the jersey and they're calling it a horse collar. Maybe that's just no grabbing backwards allowed.
Coach Rohde very upset with that call.
15-yard horse.
And now the officials having to discuss it, but that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And we normally, a horse collar tackle is when you grab the back of the collar and stop the forward progress and bring it back. It's the same referee who's been calling that, actually. It's called it twice now.
He's very consistent in his calling.
Yeah, that's it.
Sadly, we think it's wrong, but maybe it's the right call for this league too, though.
Just had the back of the jersey and brought it down. So big first down for the Hawks. Puts the ball on the Seattle 39-yard line. Miza gets a snap, hands off to Gomez, and nothing there but green shirts to stop her right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop, Lindsey Rogers. Also in there is Shane Matson. And they give her loss of a yard, so it'll be second down at 11. Sun going down, wind kind of picking up, and I got to say I was outside of the stadium, or outside near the press box here, and it's a little bit chilly outside. Not chilly cold, but just enough where I'm glad I have this long sleeve shirt.
No clouds in the sky to trap any of that heat.
So second down at 11. Defense has been key in that first half for the Spartans. 2 wide outs left, 1 to the right. Miza gets a snap, and she's going to keep it herself after faking the handoff on the left-hand side. She gets maybe 2, maybe 3 yards to the 37-yard line. And a bunch of green shirts there on the stop. And Janelle Alea right there at the bottom of the pile, and she might be a little bit shaken up there. And, boy, we have called her name on defense quite a bit. Janelle gets up a little gingerly. So third down and 8 for the Hawks.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
And hopefully she's okay. She is playing. So third down and 8. Miza sets up. 1 back in the backfield. Miza gets a snap. fakes the handoff, looking to throw. It's going to be incomplete, trying to find Griggs. And right there, almost there to cause problems was Jennifer Reynolds.
With the slap down.
It'll be 3rd down and 8. Make it 4th down and 8. That's right. Looking at the chain gang a little bit slow on changing the.
At their own 37.
So 4th and 8 for the Hawks, and another big defensive opportunity here for the Seattle Spartans. And coaches trying to get the crowd going.
Who's that in the backfield? Is that somebody we've seen before?
And cannot see the number.
Looks like it might be number 1.
That would be Griggs. Misa gets a snap, looking to throw, looking to go downfield. It's going to be incomplete. And trying to find Gomez down there. Gomez ran into Hansen and Fortson and had nowhere to go. So a big 4th down and turnover on downs for the Seattle Spartans. And defense comes up big one more time.
Especially after that penalty that really brought them back down to that point there. And they did a good job of holding serve on that.
1st down and 10 for Seattle. Boy, a nice long drive that ends up in points here would really be nice for the Seattle team.
37-yard line.
Only thing on offense that I would say has been questionable has been the center to quarterback exchange snap. That has been an adventure.
Sun finally down now, so should be able to have good eyesight by everybody.
Snap there. This one right on the money to Fortson. Fortson looking to throw, looking to go downfield, looking to find Hansen. And Hansen almost there, just in and out of the hands. You know, the sun down over the horizon, but what I don't see is lights.
The lights haven't started warming up yet, unfortunately.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10, but that was a pretty long pass by Fortson. She's got a little bit of an arm, and that has got to put the defense of the Hawks a little bit on edge or on their heels, because they've been trying to key on Mike Fortson running out of the quarterback position. But if you got to worry about her throwing the football as well, just bodes well for the Seattle offense. Brandy rides on the left-hand side of Mike Fortson. Fortson gets a low snap, looking to throw. She's going to pick it up. Breaks the tackle, goes right, goes left, and this time she's going to be brought down for a big loss. And that was a broken play Mike tried to do something with, but there's only so many times you're going to be able to do that. And that time the Hawks defended it well, and it's about 3rd and about a 25, I think, for the Seattle Spartans.
25. At the 25.
So we'll make it 3rd and 23 to be exact, if I do my math correctly. 11:38 left to go in this 3rd period. 14-13 our score. We've seen Fortson get some big runs out of that quarterback position. Haven't seen very many handoffs though today, have we, Bob?
No, I think unfortunately Miss Spellman's not been out there after about the first possession, so kind of running back by committee.
Fortson pitches out to Flickinger, and this time the defense for the Hawks right there. Their big defensive play, and Horner on the stop for the Hawks.
Lost a few.
And that, boy, this is a
very long 4th down.
4th and a bunch, and we expect to see a punt here. Seattle going the wrong direction.
Sarah Cooper to punt.
Sarah Cooper back to punt for the Spartans. Sun is down and want to keep it away from Willie Lee, and it's blocked. And it's going to be down at the 23-yard line. So the Oregon Hawks are going to have pretty good field position at the 23-yard line, and Seattle Spartans, again, have a short field to defend. Well, it's been maybe not the story of tonight's game, but of the season of the games we've seen.
Yes.
Is offense has put the defense in a big hole. But defense has been coming up to the mark so far this evening. 1st and 10 for the Hawks from the 23 of the Seattle Spartans. You're listening to WFA football, Seattle Spartan football on STSPN. It is Pride Night here at Goddard Stadium. Good crowd. 1st down and 10. Next week, Spartans take on the Tacoma Trauma. Hope to have a big crowd here for the final home game of the season for the Seattle Spartans. Miza sets up. Gomez on her right shoulder. Now, going to be a penalty, and it's going to be a false start against the Hawks. And again, I'm not seeing any of the lights starting to come on at all. And
may have to pull our cars out onto the track there, huh?
Well, I got the big Q beam in the trunk. I can bring it out here. 1st down and 15. Here we go. The fire department's right next door. 1st and 15. Miza gets a snap. It's going to hand off to Gomez. Gomez, she is going to maybe get a yard, but runs into a green shirt. And who was that? That's going to be Britt Burns, who there on the tackle.
On the stop was number 23, Phaedra Keaton.
And Phaedra Keaton there as well. 2nd down and 15 for the Hawks.
And 15. Around the 29, 28-yard line.
Really nice job to start of this thing. Obviously, as you said before, short field. Just kind of stymieing him right now.
We like that first play for a loss. Always helps. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, and that's the dangerous one, Willie Lee, Missouri. Miza gets a snap. Going to keep it herself, brings it up on the right-hand side, gets a good block. Zigging and zagging, but right there to bring her down is going to be Sarah Cooper.
The ball carrier, Sarah Cooper.
Right now we have to worry about whether it's considered a horse tackle the way it's been going, though. Nice tackle on her part once again.
Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do. 3rd down and 13 for the Hawks. Ball at the 31-yard line. I'm guessing this is going to be 4-down territory for the Oregon Hawks. They set up 2 wideouts to the right. Willie Lee, Missouri on the left. 1 back in the backfield. That's Meacham. 200-pound fullback going to pitch out to Meacham. Meacham's got some speed, brings her on the left-hand side, breaks the tackle, and she is drawn down. And bringing her down, Miranda Hansen.
Miranda Hansen on the stop for your Spartans.
And Miranda coming up big there with that stop. Gleacham getting a full head of steam. Now 4th down and 4. And Meacham, she's tough to bring down, Bob.
That was a good stop. I did not think that they were going to be able to stop her because she had a head of steam and she was going out to the outside lane down there, and I thought she was going to go all the way. And a nice little tackle by stepping in there was Hansen's.
She's good size, is Miss Meacham. 4th down and 4. There's a big defensive opportunity for the Spartans. Are going to pitch out to Meacham. Meacham runs into Janelle Ayalea. And she brings her down for about a 2-yard loss.
Never got a chance to get those legs churning, and just bam.
Yeah, nope, no momentum at all. She got the ball, and there's Janelle saying how'd you do, and tackle for about a 2-yard loss. So another big defensive stand for your Seattle Spartan defense. Let's see if the offense now can do something with it, and we can all breathe with a sigh of relief. The lights have come on here at Frank Goddard Stadium. Bob, I hope you brought enough quarters.
I was wondering about the eagle nest. How hot do those lights get?
Yeah, it keeps those eggs warm, I imagine. 1st down and 10 for the Seattle Spartans. Mike Fortson sets up. Hansen on the far left, Flickinger on the far right. And looks like I can't see who's in the backfield with her. It's going to be
Looks like Pelham.
Yep, that's Pelham.
Fortson and
I'm sorry, Ride and Pelham.
Ride and Pelham. They're going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham right up the middle, and that's what she brings to the table. And just a quick slant,
29-yard line.
and right behind Ride, and good for about 3 yards. And I think Nikki probably wanted a couple more there. Just got brought down by a shoelace. So it'll be second down and short 8 for the Spartans. Ball at the 24-yard line. 14-13 our score. Seattle with a 1-point lead. It's been a pretty good defensive ball game for both teams. Spartans set up. Ride. And again, Nikki Pelham in the backfield. I formation. Fortson gets a snap. Is going to hand off to Pelham right behind Ride. And she brings it around the corner. Gets over the 30, the 35, the 40, and out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Nikki Pelham, the ball carrier.
Nikki getting up a little bit slowly.
And that's another.
But she gives the thumbs up to the coach. Nope, they're going to bring her out.
First and 10, Spartans.
Wanted to get back in there. I saw her give her the thumbs up, but good.
It's really hard to give the thumbs up as you're hobbling on that one hip.
Safety involved. I'm going to give her a chance to walk that off. A good run by Nikki Pelham. First down and 10 now for the Seattle Spartans. And you knew they had that weapon in the books because we saw it earlier in the season. That handoff to Pelham. Now a little delay here. What's going on? Now we're ready to go. So now the Spartans set up out of the shotgun. Randy Ride lone back in the backfield. Long count. Fortson gets a snap. Good snap. Rolls out to her right. And she's going to turn on the Jets. She's over the 40, 45, the 50, and out of bounds.
Fortson, the ball carrier.
And again, just has that sneaky speed. It looks like she's going to get run down, but she just manages to put on the Jets and turn the corner.
The 49-yard line.
Well, and there's two big players coming from that defensive end side over there that really take up some space. You really have to go around the corner. It is not just an easy straight shot to that sideline. So good job for her.
Second down and less than a yard now for the Seattle Spartans. Ball into Oregon Hawk territory at the 49-yard line. We've yet to see Fortson run right up the middle. They've always been on the outside. Brandy Ride, backfield, 2 wide outs left, 2 to the right. Snap right on the money. Going to hand off to Ride up the middle. Little spin move, and she falls forward for about a 3-yard gain. Gets the first down to the 46.
Up the middle. Gain of 3 up to the 46, and that's another.
Oh, didn't get a good spot, but enough for a first down.
Yeah, terrible spot, didn't it?
That's at the 47.
I think they forgot to put hand towels in the referee's locker room or something because the calls just haven't been going Seattle's way. They do a tough job, and nobody's going to be happy with the referees, so I can give them a hard time. First down and 10, 2 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. Brandy Ride lone back in the backfield. Fortson gets a snap, looking to throw, going over the middle, looking to go down deep, and it's going to be, almost intercepted. And trying to get there, almost getting there was Chelsea Woolley for Oregon, and it was there trying to get it to Burns, and just a little bit light.
At the 47.
So second down and 10. But, you got to throw those occasionally, don't you, Bob? Keep the defense honest.
Well, we've seen that play about 3 times now. I'm kind of wondering if Burns is supposed to be trying to get the inside position, has been unable to do that because it seems like the way that ball's being placed, she's supposed to have an inside position. It's just not working out right now.
So Hansen and Flickinger line up on the left. It's Burns and I'm not sure what the other number is. Brandy Ryan lone back in the backfield. 2nd down and 10. Out of the shotgun. Fortson gets a snap, looking to throw, looking to go over the middle, and this one is going to be incomplete. Brenna Griggs almost coming up with that, but it hit the turf first. So it'll be 3rd down and 10.
At the 47.
And Nikki Pelham coming back into the ball game. Does it look like she's running at full steam there?
Yeah, better than she did when she walked off, because let me tell you, when she was walking off, she was hurting me just looking at her.
And so she comes in with the play. 3rd down and 10. Lining up, Hanson on the far left, Burns on the far right. 2 backs in the backfield, Ride and Pelham. Now they set up in the I formation, and Fortson goes under center. 3rd down and 10. They fake the handoff to Pelham and trying to bring the corner is Fortson. She breaks the tackle. Now going the left-hand side. Stiff arms the player. She may turn it upfield, and she gets it to the 45-yard line. Oh, she's fun to watch. You think she's going to be down and just applied a big stiff arm. So now 4th down and 8.
4th and 8.
So, Bob, what do you do here? You go for it here?
Well, they've gone for it, 4th and 12. I guess they're on the 50. They're past the 50. But with the new coach, we don't know what he's punted quite a few times too, obviously.
Nikki Pelham still in the backfield for the Spartans, right behind fullback Brandy Ryan. 4th and 7. Ball at the 44-yard line. Mike Fortson looks over the defense. Gets a snap. No, it's going to bad exchange. Ball hits the turf. And it's going to be.
Almost seemed like the Hawks went off before the ball was even snapped, unless there was a bad problem with a loss of the grip of the ball.
Hawks will take it 1st and 10.
Yeah, so it'll call it just a turnover on downs, but it looked like there might have been a problem with the exchange. But so what turned out to look like there was going to be a pretty good drive gets stalled, and now the Seattle Spartan defense will have to come up big again. 14-13 our score. Been a good ball game. 3:30 left to go in his 3rd period. Defense has been the story here so far in the 2nd half. Seattle leading by a point. Elizabeth Miza coming to our quarterback, short shotgun. Gomez back in the backfield. She looks to throw. Now she's going to roll out the right-hand side, gets the pass off. It's going to be complete to Griggs. Griggs breaks a tackle, brings it downfield, kind of tie ropes down the sideline, and finally brought out of bounds.
And that's a big gain for a 1st down.
And that's going to be all the way down to the Seattle 37-yard line.
1st and 10 Hawks at the Seattle 37.
And Elizabeth Miza, I thought she was going to run that, but she pulled up short and got a good pass off. And big 1st down for the Hawks getting into Spartan territory.
You wonder, though, was that a designed run that she just stopped because she saw that Griggs had that wide open down that left-hand side?
Yeah, either case, it worked well for the Hawks. Spartans need a turnover right here. Miza, long count. There's a snap. Miza looking to throw, looking to go on the right-hand side. It's going to be intercepted. And bringing it up over the 50 is number 55, Jennifer Reynolds. Reynolds bringing it all the way down to the 37-yard line. Just stepped in front of the intended receiver, and she just fought for that one.
Although I'm not sure who was more surprised that they had the ball, her or the intended receiver. Because she looked at her hands, and all of a sudden she just took off for the races like, I've got the ball. And she saw nothing but green in front of her. She thought, ooh, defensive lineman with a touchdown.
A little closer, she might have had a pick six. So now let's see if the Spartans then can make some hay here with this turnover. Ball at the Hawk 37-yard line. And coming out of the ball game, number 23 for Seattle, that is Phaedra Keaton. She's maybe a little shaken up. So Spartans have one back in the backfield, or two backs in the backfield, excuse me. That's going to be Brandy Ride and Nikki Pelham. Wide outs left and right. Mike Fortson under center. Gets a snap. Going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham gets a good block on the outside, cuts it up, and she gets over the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Pelham, the ball carrier.
But she just gets a good block by number 43. That's Brandy Ride. And almost a first down.
Yeah, just an easy little hole following that Mack truck there. She was just road grade.
So now it'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Seattle Spartans at the 29-yard line. Lights just starting to maybe to take effect here as we're starting to see a little bit of a shadows. Spartans set up again. Ride and Pelham in the backfield. Hanson on the left. Burns on the right. Wideouts. Fortson, long count. It's going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham this time runs the left-hand side of the line of scrimmage. And she just gets behind the lineman and gets the first down to the 25.
Spartans, first down.
Boy, you just like to see how things are developing in this offense. You know, all of a sudden,
around the 26.
If you can run it inside and outside, run it inside with Pelham and outside with Fortson, and Fortson getting a little more accurate with her throwing, it Spartan offense is starting to click a little bit. Again, I formation. Fortson gets a snap, going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham on the right-hand side, cuts it up gets to the 20. Let's see where they spot her. No, they're going to say probably the 21.
Pelham, the ball carrier.
So I believe it was Flickinger that actually came in and played more of a tight end position to try to really seal off that corner, and it worked. Gave her those quick 4 or 5 yards.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6, short 6 for the Spartans.
At the 22.
27 seconds left to go in this third period. Spartans don't look to be in any hurry to get this playoff before the period. Let's see if they do.
With both teams running, this has been a very, very fast third period.
2nd down and 6, I formation. Fortson gets a snap, rolls out to her left, stiff arms the player, trying to bring it upfield. She breaks it over the 20. And then goes out of bounds. He gets enough for the first down, and that is going to do it for the third period. We got a good ball game going on. Don't go anywhere. It is the Seattle Spartans 14, the Oregon Hawks 13. This is Pride Night here on Frank Goddard Stadium, and you're listening to or watching STSPN. It is Pride Night here at Frank Goddard Stadium
First and 10.
as the Seattle Spartans of the WFA lead the Oregon Hawks 14-13, our final period of play. Seattle marching it downfield, first down and 10 from the 16-yard line of Oregon. And offense seems to be clicking now, Bob.
Yeah, they're really getting some good work. Once they got Pelham back in, really had the opportunity, like you said before, to be able to have her slash off left and right.
First down and 10. Fortson under center. Gets a snap. Going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham on the right side, just working behind that line of scrimmage.
Nikki Pelham
About 3 or 4 yards.
up the right side for about 3 or 4 yards.
To the 14, making the 14-yard line. Second down and 8.
Second and 8 at the 14.
So now the Spartans really working out of that I formation here on this this drive with Ride at fullback and Pelham the tailback.
And still, when they do that, they're still able to find a way to get Fortis in the ball, which is really interesting to see how they can get her to pull back on that and still get a run out of it.
It amazes me is it looks like she's going to be tackled for a loss every time she does that, but she just turns on the speed, turns the corner, and gains. There's 8 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards. She's had a wonderful night here. 2 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. Out of a shotgun now. Fortson trying to bring on the right-hand side. Breaks one tackle. Zigs and zags. Breaks another one. Gets a good block. Brings it upfield. Gets to the 15. Oh, man. And she took a big late hit out of bounds. Towards the flag. No flag. She was hit like about 10 yards, and I can hear the coach yelling for that one. Where's the flag? So it'll be
I kept on waiting for her to throw it away because she's really had too many bodies in front of her, but she kept on finding a way to evade them.
Yeah, that might be in next week's practice. They might look at that as one point of your back. She's been caught once for a big loss, but boy, she's turned it upfield for big gains numerous times here. Now again out of the shotgun with Ryan on her right shoulder. Low snap. Fortson now getting pressured, and she does it again. Breaks a tackle. No, she does not. Ooh, takes a big hit. Loss of about 4 yards, and that one might have hurt. She's going to get helped up. And
to the 22.
Now 4th and 14, and I imagine you're going for it. And Fortson coming to the sideline to get the play. And that was where the snaps out of the shotgun in the first half. It seemed every one was an adventure for the Spartans. They've been really on mark in the second half, and that was maybe the first one that a little bit off, and it was low. And I guess if you're going to have a bad snap, low is better than high and over your head.
Or you have to turn around and chug for it.
Yeah. 4th and 14. Fortson getting the snap, looking to throw, looking to go downfield. She finds Cooper at the 12-yard line for a first down. Oh, my goodness.
That's going to be really close, Perry. Really close.
Let's see where they spot it. They're going to Cooper's saying she wants it at the 11, and if it's at 11, I think she's got the first down. No, they're going to say she's just short.
She wants it on the 6. The
6-yard line. Had it been the 6, I think it would be a first down, but they're going to spot it at the 7. Oh, boy. Well, that was a nice throw and great catch by Cooper. And it was a good offensive run there. Ate some time up, but did not come away with points.
Well, we just needed a good defensive stop, see if we can get a quick 4 and out and go back right at it.
Keep this ball on the Hawks defensive end here. Spartan defense has been outstanding so far this evening. So we're at the 7. So we get the replay, and the 7-yard line is correct according to our replay. And analysis. Misa gets a snap. She's going to get chased down by Burns, and she gets out of the end zone. No, she does not. It's going to be a safety. Ball loose. It's a touchdown. Burns chases down Miza in the end zone, and she lost the ball. And the Spartans score a touchdown. Don't know who recovered it, but I know it was started off by number 9, Britt Burns, chasing down Miza, I believe. And we're going to look at the replay. And that'd be Sarah Cooper who
Cooper with the touchdown.
Recovered that. And Sarah doing a little dance out there on the field. So the Spartans have gone for 2 now twice.
The Spartans will go for 2.
Successful the second time, not so the first time. And Fortson sets up I formation, Brandy Ride and Pelham. And Fortson gets a snap, fakes the handoff, is going to roll out to her left, and trying to turn the corner, does not, and runs into a bunch of white shirts. So our score is the Seattle Spartans 20 and the Oregon Hawks 13. This is WFA football during Pride Night here at Frank Goddard Stadium on STSPN. Welcome back. And we said a good defensive stop, and boy, Bob, forcing a fumble in the end zone and getting a touchdown. That works, doesn't it?
There's not much better than that. That's a pretty decent stop, and that was they had to get her 7 yards back to get her to drive back that far, and then they of course were able to knock the ball out of her hand, and then find a way to pounce on her to boot.
So it's going to be Spartans with a 7-point lead. Peter Keaton will be kicking off. Janelle Aaliyah, I think, a little bit shaken up on the sidelines on that last play. She sat down, had some water, but now she's walking around. Good to see that. She has had an outstanding day defensively for the Spartans, who, as a team, have played great defense tonight. Here comes the kickoff. Good kick. It's going to be fielded by Griggs. Griggs bringing it on the right-hand side and chasing her out of bounds. Lindsey Rogers.
And a big hit by Stephanie Mills. She pushed the front blocker just right back into the rudder and then pushed her away to boot.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 42-yard line of Oregon.
First and 10 at the 42.
11:48 left to go in the ball game, and again, Seattle Spartans lead by 7, 20-13. And a good defensive stop here is what we need. Miza sets up for the Hawks. Can't see who the ball carrier or the running back is. We'll pitch out, and it's going to be Gomez. Gomez up the middle, and she had a big hole.
Wow,
gets over the 50 and close to the first down. Let's see where they mark it. You're going to give it to the
Hawks.
First down at the 47.
Jennifer Reynolds with a big collision there with Gomez. They both going to feel that one.
Jennifer Reynolds with the big collision.
Pelham coming out. And also coming out for the Spartans will be Linda Folkers. Yeah, Nikki Pelham just doesn't look right going in and out of the field, but when they give her the ball, she's running at full stride. First down and 10 for the Hawks at the Spartan 47. Misa gets a snap. Running the option, keeps it herself, and she is going to just run into a pile of green shirts. And there again on the stop, Lindsey Rogers for the Spartans. Rogers, 5'4", 200-pound lineman, doing a good job on the line for the Spartans. And it looked like that was an option that Spartans had both the pitch-out person covered as well.
It's almost like she was going to pitch it and then pulled it back in because you could see the ball in the air, and I thought that it get popped up almost then, but that wasn't the case either, obviously.
Second down and 11 for the Oregon Hawks. The second half has been a tough half for the Oregon offense. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. And there's going to be a little wildcat is getting on the snap. Number 13 is Meacham. Meacham falls forward.
Cooper with the tackle. Oh, there's somebody on the turf, unfortunately.
And got an injured player. So as everybody takes a knee. But the Hawks running a little bit of a wildcat with Meacham running the ball or getting the snap. Meacham, again, a big fullback. They got her listed as a quarterback here, 5'11", 230 from Albany, Oregon. She's being attended to. And, we were worried about number of players for Seattle. With only 14 players suited up.
Right.
You could not really afford to have anybody go out with an injury. And so far, knock on wood, the Seattle Spartans have kept everybody fairly healthy. But they're attending to the lady there on the field. And so maybe we should take a break with our score. Seattle Spartans 20 and the Oregon Hawks 13. This is WFA football on STSPN. And welcome back, Frank Goddard Stadium. And we're glad to see that Ollie Herbert coming off the field under her own power. It looks like, I didn't, just speculating from up here, but they were attending to her shoulder and or collarbone. And we hope it's maybe just a bruise and she gets back out there and it's nothing serious. But we're glad to see her. She's up and ready to go. 3rd down and 9 for the Oregon Hawks at the Spartan 46-yard line. Our score, Seattle 20 and the Oregon Hawks 13. Seattle Spartans looking to get their first win of the season. They have struggled, but came in. They've got a new coach, new quarterback tonight, and pieces have worked well. Miza, the quarterback, gets a snap. Is going to pitch out to Meacham. Meacham is going to be brought down, and who was that? Bounced off her was Cooper. And Cooper just grabbed her and held on and brought her down. And a little bit of a size differential. Cooper just 5'10", 180, and Meacham, she's listed at 230, and I'm guessing maybe a little more than that. But good tackle by Cooper. 4th down and 10.
Big 4th down.
Well, Cooper's had a really good second half here on the defense. Obviously, corralling that 1 touchdown, but she's been an impactful player here in the second half.
Here are the Spartan fans chanting defense, and looks like the Hawks are going to go for it here. Miza, I think, has Gomez in the backfield with her. Gets a snap, going to pitch out to Gomez. Gomez trying to turn the corner, but no. And right there is Janelle Alea. And, man, she's explosive. She comes in off that defensive end area and just wraps her up.
And no doubt about that one. No horse collar. She just took her and just wrestled her straight down. It's not going to have any shirt involved with that one.
Yeah, no, she had Miss Gomez wrapped up and on the turf and hurrying. A big turnover on downs. 1st down and 10 for the Seattle Spartans. And now they're in a little bit different territory. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. They're up by a touchdown. And the clock now is their friend.
That'll
be interesting to see if
continue to pound the rock like they've been doing and just have that clock just run down on them.
Don't necessarily have to get points. It would be nice, but if you can just maintain a drive here and get a couple of first downs, eat the clock. It's what you need. I formation now for the Spartans. Fortson gets a snap. Going to hand off to Nikki Pelham. Pelham, little zig inside and big gain of about 5 yards. Nikki, she's quick. It's fun watching the different styles of running. Fortson, long strides, kind of glides along. But Nikki, boy, it's kind of quick and zigs and zags and hard to watch. I mean, hard for the defense to grab a hold of. 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4 for the Spartans. The lights really now starting to.
Well, nice job by Ride too. She's obviously been a really good position there in the fullback position. Really done a good job for everybody.
2nd and 4. Wide outs left and right. I formation again. Fortson gets the snaps, can hand off to Pelham. Pelham has room on the right-hand side, and she gets it down to the 35-yard line. Should be close to a first down, and it is. And Nikki getting up slowly, but nope, she's okay.
1st and 10. Seattle.
Sort of in a crunched football sort of way.
If you watch her walk around going back to the huddle, she's not springing and dancing around. You can tell she's got something that hurts her, but hand her the rock and she goes. 1st down and 10 for the Seattle Spartans. Hanson on the far left, Burns on the right. And again, running out of that I formation. Clock running down. 7 minutes left to go in this ball game. Spartans up by a touchdown. Fortson gets a snap. Going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham has some good blocking on the left-hand side. Turning it up, brings it up over the 30. And she acts like she's a fullback and just runs into the linebacker and bowls over her.
Another 3 yards after contact and was able to keep on driving with those legs. A really good job by Miss Pelham.
Nikki, not the biggest. She's only 5 foot, 130 pounds, but man, she just kept those motors going. And yeah, right, another 3 yards after contact. Second down and a yard. Clock still ticking. Again, the Spartans set up. High formation. Fortson taking her time. And going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham on the right-hand side. And another first down. She needed a yard, and she got 2. Ball to the 24.
Spartans, first down.
So 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 24.
Spartans. Again, taking their time, getting up to the line of scrimmage. Eating this clock up. Fortson tells she's got an eye on the score clock. Now she sets up. Gets a snap. Hand off to Nikki. Nikki goes right, zigs left. Go up the middle, and this time not a lot there, maybe a yard.
Maybe a yard or 2.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 9 for the Seattle Spartans. And the clock just keeps ticking away. Now, 4:55 left to go in this ball game, and I believe there was, 8:26 when we started this drive?
Yes. And it's only been 20 yards, but it's all been runs. It's all been when they need them.
2nd down and 9. Fortson gets a snap. Going to keep it herself. Brings it up the right-hand side. Faked the handoff, and then turned around and brought it upfield. Brings it out to the 14-yard line. Should be another first down. That was a nice run play. Faked the handoff, and then just right on the right-hand side of the line of scrimmage.
The hawk that had contained, I'm not sure she saw that Fortson actually had the ball because she kind of stopped for a second, and that allowed Fortson to slip right by her and then keep on running, obviously.
Now, 1st down and 10 from the 14. And again, just grinding away. Less than 4 minutes left to go in the ball game. We'll have a wide out left, wide out right. Fortson hands off to Pelham. Pelham goes on the left-hand side, breaks the tackle, but that's as far as she's going to get. She's going to be tackled, and that is going to be on the stop. Horner for the Hawks. 2nd down and 10. After the game, we will have our player of the game and hopefully have a conversation with whoever that may be. A couple names to pick out. Defensively, I would say Janelle Aliyah having an outstanding game, along with Sarah Cooper. Of course, Mike Fortson really been the stir that, or the straw that stirs the drink in the Spartan offense this evening.
But boy, when Pelham came back in, that's when we really started seeing the ground game really come to life.
They hand off to Pelham again on the right-hand side, and she gets about 3 yards to the make it 11. Less than 3 minutes left to go in this ball game. Clock ticking down. Boy, if you're Oregon, would you be thinking about calling some timeouts here?
Well, they threw a lot of them at us there in the second period. Trying to get something going then. You'd think that this would be the time to be worried about time management, that's for sure.
2:30 left to go in this ball game in Seattle. This was, again, the perfect drive. Again, if it comes away with points, wonderful, but it has done what it's accomplished, is eaten up clock. In I formation, they hand off. No, Fortson fakes the handoff, and then she is tackled, and that looked like the definition of a horse collar tackle, but no flag. Earlier in the ball game, Seattle called for 2 horse tackle. No, they're going to call a penalty on Seattle.
Penalty on the Spartans.
So illegal shift.
Play never happened.
Man, that is a good horse collar. That's the definition of horse collar there. Holy crap. Illegal shift on the Spartans.
Yeah, Seattle is just having a hard time getting any of these calls. 3rd down and 7.
3rd and 7.
Replay announcer says it definitely was a horse collar.
Well, but the play never happened.
That's right, it didn't happen. So 3rd down and 11 now. 2:07 left to go in the ball game. Now out of the shotgun. Pelham and Ryan in the backfield, along with the quarterback, Fortson. There's the snap on the money to Fortson, and she throws it over the middle, and it is going to be caught to Cooper, completed to Cooper
Sarah Cooper.
at the 11, gain of about 3.
Gain of 3 yards.
Less than 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. And Spartans turn it over on down. So the Spartan defense going to have to hold, but the Oregon Hawks are going to have 89 yards to move it downfield with just under 2 minutes left to go to do so. Minute 59, so I guess maybe holding on to their timeouts here, maybe that was their thinking. Misa, the quarterback. We've seen her. She's got an arm. And
they got the Speedster, Missouri over there on the right-hand side.
And Oregon's going to call a timeout, so we'll take a break. Seattle leading this one 20-13 over the Oregon Hawks. This is Seattle Spartan WFA football on Pride Night here on STSPN. And welcome back here to Frank Goddard Stadium. It is Pride Night. Seattle Spartans lead by a touchdown, 20-13. Oregon Hawks will have it with 1:59 left to go on the clock. Ball on their own 11-yard line. Misa gets it. Is going to hand off to Gomez. Gomez up the middle, gets about 8 yards before he's brought down. But that does not stop the clock. Cooper on the stop.
Brought down by Sarah Cooper.
Just been informed there was 5 penalties called against Seattle, 4 against the Oregon Hawks this evening. So what seems like it one-sided, maybe not quite so. Officials, again, tough job. 2nd down and 3 for the Oregon Hawks. 1:26 left to go. Misa sets him up. 2 wide outs left, 2 to the right. Gomez lone back in the backfield. Misa fakes the pitch out. Now looking to throw. Going over the middle. It's going to be incomplete.
Really felt the pressure on that as she was trying to extend that forward. She wasn't able to step forward. She had to just kind of fling that from backwards.
Well, that incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:09 left to go. Seattle trying to hold on to get their first win of the season.
Third down.
These ladies have been working hard all spring and early summer. And it'd be nice to get a W on the board for them. Not done yet, though. 3rd down and 3. Misa looks left, right, gets a snap. He's going to hand off to Gomez up the middle, and again, nothing but green shirts.
Gomez, the ball carrier.
And on the stop, looked like Lori Dirth. I haven't called her name. Number 86? I can't be right. 96 is who that was. That was Shane Matson. And there is another timeout, so we'll take a break. Seattle Spartans leading this one 20-13 over the Oregon Hawks. This is WFA football during Pride Night here on Frank Goddard Stadium on STSPN. And welcome back. Be 4th down and 3. Really the ball game here on this down here. Spartans can stop them here from getting a first down. It will be theirs to just take a knee. 54 seconds. And it looks like there's some confusion in the Oregon backfield. Meza gets a snap, gives it off to Meacham. Meacham going downfield, and oh man. Wide open was number 9, Horner, and just overthrown. That was the touchdown that would have tied it right there.
And that was a dart of a throw. Nothing, just a clothesline throw.
73. And that's going to turn it over on down. So the Seattle Spartans, they're going to just have to take a knee, and they can run the clock out here. Up 20-13. At least we think they're going to take a knee. We have been surprised with WFA football. Every once in a while, you expect them to do one thing and they do the other. But Spartans will set up, and just an outstanding ball game, both sides of the ball for the Seattle Spartans. Fortson will set up. She's got Ride and Flickinger in the backfield. And the victory formation, Fortson takes a knee, and victory formation. Kind of nice to be able to practice that one and put it in implement that play, huh? So I'm sure it's been in the playbook all season long, but victory formation, just come in and take a knee.
I take one more knee.
Clock ticking, 27 seconds. It's going to be a long drive down I-5 for the Oregon Hawks. I think out of the Eugene area. And Fortson takes a snap, takes another knee. That should do it. So we will have our player of the game, and I think we got a couple of them. We're going to talk with, we hope, Sarah Cooper and maybe 73, Janelle Elea, and who knows who else might come back up. But that is it. Seattle Spartans win this one. They get their first win of the season. Outstanding game, both sides of the ball for the Seattle Spartans. We'll be back with our post game right after the coach getting ice bucket. And there's some happy players. They have worked hard all season long, and it's been tough. It's been a learning experience for them, but they get the win today, Bob.
Yes, they did, and in a good, a solid win. It was a win that they did stuff that they wanted to do, and they got able to do that. The running game was going, and it's been something that's been going with them for a long time, but they got to do it, got that continuity we were talking about. Defense really came up big today. Maybe not the most offensive team that they're going to have seen, but this is the kind of thing that might give them a shot at taking on the trauma. Now, we saw the trauma before. Did we not?
I don't think so.
Portland Shock. I'm confusing with the Portland Shock. But a team that is going to have more offense, but maybe their defense is going to be feeling their oats now.
Well, I think they're on the right direction, and had a good game both sides of the game here. We'll be back with more of our post game, and they're celebrating down in the field. Spartans win this one 20-13 over the Oregon Shock. This is Seattle Spartan football here on STSPN. We're gonna have to share.
That's cool. Thanks for. No, go ahead.
No, Janelle.
Oh, you come all the way. You got to talk to me.
Don't you gotta talk too?
Oh yeah, you guys. We'll shoot. You guys
you
share.
first?
Can they hear?
All right, let's do it.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Whew.
And welcome back to Frank Goddard Stadium, and it's an exciting night. Seattle Spartans winning this one, 20-13, and over the Oregon Hawks. And you know the offensive players always get a lot of love, but this game tonight, guys, I think was a defense. Was one that set the tone, and really right there to set that was Janelle Alea. Janelle.
Yes.
Outstanding job.
Thank you so much.
We don't have stats, but I think I had you for unofficially in my mind, probably about 4 or 5 tackles for a loss.
Nice.
Outstanding. Now, how long have you ever been wanting to play football?
I've been playing off and on, and
Yeah?
I was playing a little rugby here and there, but this is like the first season that I really was like, let me get out there and play and commit. And we had a lot of just a lot of life happening during this season, and which is kind of why we had low numbers, but we still came out there and fought till the end, and I couldn't be happier with the win and with the group of girls I was playing with. So,
well, it seems in tonight's game that both sides of the ball, you guys really kind of imposed your will, your game plan on the Oregon Hawks, and it's the first time this season it seems that everything was kind of meshing well for you guys. Did you kind of feel like everything was working, what you guys practiced on?
Yeah, definitely. And again, I feel like it's kind of a little bit of the numbers. You have to be a lot crisper. You have to be really focused. You have to be really disciplined to go back and forth. And so, again, like I was saying, there's a lot of life happening during football this season. And so again, kind of those low numbers when you got to be on the gridiron with only those people, and a lot of time I know I look tired and I be hurt, and you just gotta keep going. And but my teammates they really pick me up. So
well, we saw. I thought you were shaking up a couple of times down there, but you're right back there, and the next thing you know, you're tackling the quarterback for a 4-yard loss. So. Just an outstanding game, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to have you pass it over to your team right there.
Okay, I'm sorry I got sweaty ears. It's okay. We train sweat, but thank you.
Sweat equity.
Hey, sweat equity. That's the new lesson for the day, guys. Now here's one of my favorites, Cooper.
All right, with us, our other player of the game, Sarah Cooper. Sarah, outstanding job defensively, and we had you down there for recovering that fumble in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yep.
That was you, okay? And that looked like it was just kind of like a rugby scrum there.
I owe that to Brett Burns. She was the one that tackled the QB, and then I was able to just swoop it up and get those points on the board.
Well, it seemed we had you a lot of tackles, especially at second half. Seemed like you were right there in the mix and a lot of tackles. And then offensively, you were right there catching the football, and that just adds another little bit of a spark to the Seattle Spartan offense.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Mike Fortson for some great passes, too. She was on her game today. I think we all just came together, played some gridiron. We all we need. We came out with a win, so super proud of my team.
Oh, just going to talk about your quarterback. She came in, and boy, she just adds an extra threat, with her running.
Yeah.
And then Nikki Pelham coming up big in that second half, and that third or fourth quarter. It didn't look like she was healthy walking to and from the huddle, but boy, you give her the ball, and all of a sudden she's going
Sometimes we're
quick.
real tired. We're real tired until that ball snapped, and then we just got to give it all we got, So.
Oh, well, hey, it was a lot of fun to watch you guys,
That's good.
and I'm glad you guys got the win. You guys have been working hard all season long, but do you feel like, the pieces are starting to fit together, and you guys are, wish we had like 3 or 4 more games of the season?
Well, I don't know about that, but we're just making it work.
All right. Well, hey, we'll look forward to seeing you next week against the Tacoma Trauma, and we'll have both you guys right here, hopefully. And
Be lit.
Hey, come on out. Should be a lot of fun. It's great family entertainment. It's good football, and it's just a whole lot of fun. So you guys did a great job. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you
All
very
righty.
much.
Take care, guys.
All right, thanks again.
All right. Well, for that, I think we're about ready to wrap it up here. For Bob Crawford, I'm Perry Williams. Seattle Spartans get their first win of the season. They defeat the Oregon Hawks 20-13. This has been WFA football right here on STSPN.